It started with a whisper. No one in the town of Glen Ridge had spoken about the carnival incident of 1997 for over 2 decades. The traveling circus had arrived under a blood-red sunset, and by sunrise the next day, it had vanished. So had 4 children. Now, in 2024, people say the carnival is cursed, that if you hear laughter past midnight, you should never look out your window. 1:13 a.m. Lena couldn't sleep. She was staying at her grandmother's house while her parents were on vacation. The old farmhouse creaked like a haunted ship in the wind. But what woke her wasn't the creaking. It was the laughter. High-pitched, off-key, like a broken toy. She tiptoed to the window, pushing the curtain aside. There, under the streetlight, stood a clown. Its costume was faded, dirty. The painted smiles smeared into a wide red gash. It waved at her. Then it pointed at her window. Lena gasped and backed away. The phone line was dead. Her grandma's room was empty. She had gone to her night shift at the hospital. Lena was alone, but not for long. 3 knocks, then silence. Then laughter, but now it was inside the house. She locked her bedroom door and hid in the closet. Breath held, heart pounding. From the sliver of light under the door, she saw shadows moving. Giggles, footsteps, squeaky shoes. Something sniffed the air like a dog hunting. Then it spoke. "I know where you are, Lena. Want a balloon?" She didn't scream. She couldn't. The closet door opened, and that night, Glen Ridge added another missing person to the list. Locals say the clown still visits every summer, always at 1:13 a.m., always laughing, always looking for someone new. Part 2. The Survivor. It had been 3 days since Lena disappeared. The police found no sign of forced entry. Her bedroom was spotless, except for one thing. A red balloon tied to the bedpost, with the words, "See you next show." The town panicked. Parents pulled kids from school. Curfews were set. But it was Josh, Lena's older cousin, who couldn't sit still. Josh remembered the stories, whispered tales from old Glen Ridge kids about a carnival that stole children in the 90s. And his uncle, Lena's father, had been one of the survivors. So Josh did the unthinkable. He went to the woods. At the edge of town, there was an overgrown path no one walked anymore. They said it led to where the carnival once stood. The Devil's Field, they called it now. Josh went at midnight, flashlight and camera in hand. The wind died as soon as he stepped into the trees. The silence was thick, unnatural. After walking for 10 minutes, he heard it. Laughter. Faint. Echoing. But it was real. He ran toward the sound, pushing through dead branches and mist, until he found it. A clearing. An old, torn circus tent stood crooked in the center, as if it had been waiting for someone to return. He stepped inside. Inside the tent, the air was cold, wrong. Rotten popcorn littered the ground. Faded banners hung like cobwebs, and in the center, a cracked stage with a wooden chair. Tied to that chair was Lena. Eyes wide, mouth gagged, pale but alive. Josh ran to her, shaking. I've got you," he whispered, fumbling with the rope. But then, a squeak. Not from Lena, from behind. Josh turned. Standing just inches away was the clown. Its painted face was peeling. Its eyes were human, but full of hunger. Its teeth were real. Too many. It whispered, "Welcome to the show, blood and balloons." Josh lunged, stabbing the clown with a broken tent pole. It didn't scream, it just laughed. Blood sprayed across the tent, thick, dark, wrong. He cut Lena loose. They ran, tripping through the woods, the clown's voice chasing them through the trees. They didn't stop until they saw headlights. They collapsed on the road. They were safe, for now. But the story doesn't end here. Josh later found something in Lena's hair, a small paper tag, like from a carnival ticket. It read, "Admit 1, return performance, July 13th. Next child, Ezra, age 6. They didn't know who Ezra was, but the clown did, and it was already laughing again. Part 3. Carnival of Blood.
Josh couldn't sleep. After rescuing Lena, he learned 2 things. The clown wasn't human, and it wasn't done. The name on the tag, Ezra, age 6, led him to a nearby village, Redbrook, just 10 miles away.
It was quiet, peaceful, the kind of place where monsters blend in. Josh called the local sheriff. No one listened. So he packed a crowbar, a lighter, and his grandfather's journal. The same grandfather who once survived the carnival incident of 1997. Inside the journal was a note. The clown is not one, but many. A spirit that wears skin. It feeds on fear, laughter, and youth. You can't kill it with bullets, but you can burn its memory.
That night, Josh headed to Redbrook.
The target, Ezra. Ezra was a quiet boy, living in a farmhouse on the edge of the forest with his mother. Josh arrived just before midnight. Ezra's mother thought he was crazy, until the lights flickered, until the laughter came, until Ezra screamed from his bedroom upstairs. Josh ran in with his crowbar drawn. The window was wide open. Red balloons floated inside. On the wall, written in red marker, or maybe blood, were the words, "He's mine now." But Ezra was still there, barely, curled in a corner, whispering, "The clown's under the bed." Josh knelt to look. Nothing. Then, a hand grabbed his throat from underneath, pulling with unnatural strength. Josh smashed down with the crowbar, once, twice. A shriek of rage filled the house. Something darted out, not a clown exactly, but a twisted form with pale skin and a red wig stapled to its scalp. Its smile reached its ears. Its eyes were holes. Josh grabbed his lighter and sprayed it with a can of bug spray, a makeshift flamethrower. Whoosh! The thing screamed as fire kissed its face, but didn't die. Instead, it split. 2 more clowns emerged from its smoking skin, crawling on the walls like spiders. Ezra screamed. Josh grabbed him, ran down the stairs, but the clowns were everywhere now, surrounding the house, until he remembered, burn its memory. He lit the journal, tossed it into the living room, onto the old carnival photo Josh had found weeks ago. Flames spread fast. As the journal burned, the clowns began to shriek and twitch, turning to smoke. One by one, they vanished.
The fire? The end? The house burned, but Ezra was safe. So was Lena. So was Josh. For now. The next day, firemen found no clown bodies in the ruins. Only a charred photo of a carnival tent, with a single phrase still visible.
The show must go on.